What is going on, everybody? I am Dave LaFave, and you are watching Primetime Carolina. Before we get into the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. As always, it helps us out a lot, and it doesn't cost you a dime. So be a good sport. Help us out. Today, the Carolina Panthers signed Andy Dalton to a 2-year deal worth $10 million. He's going to be the backup veteran presence for the Panthers at quarterback. As we all know, the Panthers are going to take a quarterback first overall in the 2023 NFL draft, whether it be CJ Stroud or Bryce Young. They're going to need an experienced guy standing behind them to hopefully do nothing but hold a clipboard for 2 straight seasons. But in the event that the Panthers need someone else to come into the game, it's nice to have somebody who's at this point old enough that he has gray hair to come in and assist your offense while your QB1 is not able to perform. So the Panthers just brought in Josh McCown to be their quarterbacks coach this offseason as part of Frank Reich's super staff that he's assembled here in Carolina. Josh McCown was a veteran quarterback in this league. I believe he played for in the range of 15 years on seemingly every team in the NFL. At one point, he was the Panthers' backup quarterback. He's played all over the place. Jacksonville, Philadelphia, Cleveland, I believe. I mean, you could go on and on. It's literally like 12 teams he played for. But my point is he's been around. He knows what he's doing. He's played the position for a long time. You don't last in the NFL for that long if you don't know what you're doing. He's very knowledgeable. He's also very personable. He's going to get along well with a rookie quarterback. He's not that much older than him, like a lot of coaches are. So it's almost like having an extra quarterback in the room. But at the same time, you got to have a guy you can put on the field if you have to. So the Panthers are going to have a rookie quarterback with two seasoned NFL quarterbacks showing them the ropes, one as the coach and one as the backup quarterback. I saw several fans who weren't too thrilled with this signing, and I get where they're coming from. Andy Dalton's not exactly the sexiest name when it comes to quarterbacks. Even when you're talking about backup quarterbacks, not the sexiest name, but that's okay. I brought up this list of free agent quarterbacks just to point out that there's not really much else the Panthers could have done here. Another name I know that was popular was Jacoby Brissett. I wouldn't have mind Jacoby Brissett as the Panthers' backup quarterback, but I believe Jacoby still wants to be a starting quarterback in this league. So I think he's trying to find a situation where he's going to have a shot to start. And everybody knows that whoever goes to Carolina is not going to start because they will be drafting their future franchise quarterback in this year's draft. Then you look at the other names on here. Hey, some of these look familiar, right? Baker Mayfield, Teddy Bridgewater, Kyle Allen. This looks like a former Panthers roster. You got Tom Brady at the top. We don't know if he's retired, but obviously he's not coming to the Panthers. And frankly, I don't want him with the Panthers. Carson Wentz. That's probably would have been the other name that was probable other than Andy Dalton. And frankly, I'm glad he's not the one who came here because he would have been wanting to start whether it was the plan or not. And he's a turnover machine, can't be trusted. And there's just really not any other names on this list that make sense. So I get why fans aren't crazy about the idea of Andy Dalton. Like I said, it's not the sexiest name, but it's a steady hand. It's a lot more steady of a hand back there than you would have got with Sam Darnold, which was also a very real possibility. Sam Darnold, by the way, is right here. He signed with San Francisco. To those of you who had not heard that news, he signed with them, or I guess technically no one signed yet, but he's agreed to terms with San Francisco. Names like Jimmy Garoppolo, I guess were thrown around at one point, but Jimmy Garoppolo is seen as a starter in this league. And obviously he got a starter contract to go be a starter in Vegas. So real quick before we go, I guess I'll mention it in other Panthers news. Adam Thielen is supposed to visit with the Panthers tomorrow. That's some pretty big news. Obviously, DJ Moore was traded in the big trade for the Panthers in order to acquire that first overall pick. So the Panthers need wide receivers. That's not a secret. They have yet to acquire any wide receivers this offseason. Obviously, with free agency just beginning. I believe only one wide receiver has even signed, or excuse me, agreed to terms, and that was Jacoby. Blanking. Jacoby Myers, right? Is that his name from the New England? signed with the Raiders, but not a lot of movement on the wide receiver front. So we'll see if the Panthers can maybe get Adam Thielen. I would imagine he would want to go to a team that's seen more as a contender, for example, Buffalo or Kansas City. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe they'll be able to figure out a way to get him to stay, put enough coins in that contract that he'll want to stick around. We'll see how that goes. Personally, I'm a fan of the guy. Let's see if we can pull him up here. Actually, I don't hate the idea of the Panthers signing Adam Thielen at all. You go back a couple years, you're talking about a guy who was a star player in the league, really. Um, Here he is at 32 years old. He's getting up there a little bit in age. So we'll see how he's, able to produce this season. But to take a flyer on him, if you can get him on a 2 or 3 year deal, go for it. I'd prefer a 1 year deal probably, but he's probably going to look for more than a year. So if you get him on a 2 year deal, he's a sure-handed player. He's savvy. He knows how to get open. He would be a very helpful piece for a rookie quarterback. So keep your fingers crossed. If anything happens, we'll let you know. Make sure to like and subscribe, as I mentioned before. Thanks for watching. And as always, keep pounding. Peace out.